guys, welcome back to Master Vision live show for digital printing course. So this video will teach you how to load the ink from the ink tank to the ink damper. So please prepare the injection, the syringe, each color needs each brand new syringe. So totally we need 8 pieces and tissue and scissors. So we prepare the job and we start to load ink the first time. This procedure, this step just needs the first time if you load ink, the brand new machine, the first time you load ink, put the ink to the ink tank, they need to load ink by hand to pour the ink from ink tank to the ink damper. Because the new machine, the ink tube, ink damper is empty. There are lots of air inside, so we need to use the syringe to pour out the first time. But after we finish this step, we don't need to do any more. So that's just the first time you need to do that step. Or if the ink tank, we don't have enough ink, but you not fill the ink, so because we make the ink tube with air, so you need to load again. So just 2 reasons, 2 effects, just 2 issues you need to load by hand. First one is the first time to put ink on your new machine. The second one is you forget to load the ink, continue to load ink to the ink tank, so the ink tank is empty to make air on the tube and the damper, so you need to load again. Okay, so now we start to load the ink from the ink tank to the ink damper. So before we load the ink from the damper, we put the paper, a PP paper, under the print head to be sure to protect if the ink dropping to make the vacuum table dirty. Put the paper at downside of the print head. Then we take one brand new injection without needles. This no using. You can throw away. We load one by one. The first one from the left is KC. First one is black. It's black. So load black. We find a black cable. All the mark you can find from here have mark on the tuber, black. So first one is black. We take the black tuber and we load. We connect the nail of the injection insert to the damper like this, and then we fill by this angle, not by this way, but this way. We pour about 5 millimeters. And keep the injection without loosen. Make the automatic stop. Cannot release your finger right now. After no pressure, the injection no pressure, then release the finger and we take it out. And this rubber must be without any ink, otherwise it will be leaking. And be sure the rubber inside is strict, no bending. Then we put the damper inside with the print head. Be careful, because the Epson print head is weak. We put it inside. Push down, front, back side to be sure its strength is fixed well enough. So okay, so the black ink damper we fill already. Then we need to take another new injection. The next one is cyan. We find out the cyan damper and also have a mark on the tuber. Do it the same way. And be sure it's fasten where the ring, the loading. Automatic stop, about 5 mm. Then we release. To be sure, it's no air inside the damper and ink tuber. Then we push back. And here we must be very important. We must hold the damper by this way, cannot by this way. If we push by this, we hold the damper by this way, the ink will be spread out, will be flushed out to get the electronic system or the machine dirty or get problem. So we must hold the damper by this way, front and back, and put back by this way. And the damper must be flat. Do not make it bending. The flat must be flat. Okay, then we go to the next one. It's magenta. We find out the magenta. And be sure it's magenta. Yeah. We do it the same way. When the pressure is automatic stop, release, then we release our finger. So the injection will not go back, otherwise the air will go back. After that, we push back, hold the damper this way, then install back, print head again. Okay, so KCM, then yellow. We find out the yellow. We can find the mark here, yellow. Load it. We push back. Then next one is, let's say, LC and ALM. So this one is LC. Then the next one, last one is light magenta. If you use too much power, they will be take it out. So you can push back. There's the two locks at each side. And then we pull again. So be careful. Okay, then we put back, that's the one, light magenta. So double check again for each damper. It's fasten wear, no loosen. It's flat. Okay, then we do the same way to another print head. The front one is for, and this the heating is for heating system. We take cover. This is for color print head. We just surround it to make it have. But if it's not winter, you can forget it. But if your environment is cold, you can do that this way to make the high temperature. You just surround the print head. And without print head cable, just print head. But this way, and the step is keep it fastened, but not too fastened. Not loosen, it's okay. Like this. So this is the connection for color print head. Then we do the same on wet, inside the wet. When you do the wet print head, they must be careful. One tuber transit to two tubes. One big transit to two small tubes. So when we connect the tuber, we must pay attention to that. First, we find out two with one tube. For example, this one, these two in damper. These two damper was connect with the same one tube. So that's really important. We must do with different way. These two tubes go to same one tube. We need to block one. We bend it. We bend the tuber by this way, and then we hold it by finger And then we start to load another one by this way for white. Otherwise, the ink will go by 2 ports to make leaking. And also pour about 5 milliliters for each color. But this is all for white color. All the dampers for white. And here, very important is, okay, you cannot release your finger, hold it, and then you push back, connect back the dampers. If you release your finger, the ink will dropping. So it's very important. After you connect the first one, then you load. You can release your finger and apply another one. Then do the same way to install back. And also be careful, do not hold the damper by left right side, must front and back side. Cannot be bending. procedure. So we another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ink damper for white ink by the same way. This way. Then we start to load the ink for varnish VR, and also find one tuber with same tube with one tuber, the same tuber, and do it the same way. We block one and we install another one. We bend to be sure the air not go here this way, but the ink go this way, but not go this way. Then we start to load. And also we feel about 5 mm. Then we stop. And we still keeping block, and we install first one. Sorry, outside it's big raining. It's flashing. But the Bishan still support you, still teaching you, right? Okay, then we go to next one. Then we go this one. We connect, and then we block. We're holding. Load it. Okay. Then we push back. Sorry, must keep print connect to the second one. And also the varnish, also the 6 ink dampers all filled with varnish. The cable will bend a little bit, but not bending each other. Okay, and then we do the same way to the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6 ink dampers by varnish, by the same way. And all the ink we used, we feel the first time we pour it, we cannot push back to the damper or to the ink tank, because the first time the ink tuber inside maybe has lots of dust, so we must flush away, cannot keep for cycle using. Okay, so the total procedure to install the white color varnish print head, and with the correct ink flow, let's repeat again. The color from the left to right is KCMYLCLM, and the first one is white, all for white, and the front is all for varnish. So this is installed this way. So this is the procedure to install the ink damper, load the ink from the ink tank to ink damper, and then put to the print head. So this is totally procedure. Okay, so after we load the ink to the ink damper to print head, then we start to load the ink from the ink damper to print head to cap station. So before we load the ink to print head, we must open the left side window and find out the waste ink bottle here, and we must be sure this switch is off, like this way, close to off, and this one is blocked. It's blocked because when we start to load ink, the ink will pump the ink from the ink damper to print head to cap station, then go to pump, then go to the waste ink tank. So if here is open and here is open, the ink will be dropping to make the machine dirty. So double check is closed, and push back, put it back. Then we can start to power on the machine, and power on the machine and open the software. We start to load ink by the software.